Welcome back to Marriage or Hell No. Fellas, on this Tuesday morning, I wanted to be able to talk to you guys and present you guys with an article that I happened to come across. And the reason why I'm sharing this article, and I found it so interesting, is that when we go out here and we talk about the modern woman and her unrealistic expectations, her delusionalness, if you will, we're just sharing our thoughts on why the modern woman seems to be unhappy in the dating market because a lot of these modern women want traditional men, but yet traditional men don't want them. So naturally, something was created called a delusional calculator, just a man's way of showing women out there that, hey, you might be shooting your shot a little bit too high or too far. So, yet, when a man goes out there to create something called a delusional calculator, so this woman decided that she was going to write an article calling people who use the delusional calculator to show women that they have unrealistic expectations out here in the dating market. She went on and called all of those guys bitter. So, I want to present you guys the evidence. But before I do that here on this Tuesday morning, I got to give a shout out to you guys for tuning into the channel, even though that that they do not want this content to get out. But men, we're just out here having fun. We're out here telling it like it is, just so we can help men out here make better decisions in the dating market. So without further ado, let's get into the content. Now, let me just start this off by putting the disclaimer out there because anytime we tell these stories, man, they're always going to try to act like we're trying to shame somebody. We're trying to do something. The only thing we're doing here, gentlemen, is we're going to read this article. We're going to laugh about it. We're going to joke about it. But please do not go over to this woman's page, this woman's website, this woman's employer, and kind of start, saying random things about her. That's not what we do over here as men. And we all know we ain't got time to pay attention to what this woman is talking about. We're going to read it. We're going to have some fun. But to us, she really doesn't exist. So there's no point in us getting mad about it. But shout out to her for doing the article because she allowed us to be able to do this content. Bitter Man created an online female delusional calculator to mock single women. See, I just had to laugh at that shit, right? Now, to me, I find it utterly hilarious how she would call this man a bitter man. And then she said that he did this to mock single women, not to help single women, which he actually did, but to mock single women. Now, let me just say this. Somebody has got to get this information in Joker's hands. Shout out to the Better Bachelor. I'm pretty sure he would have fun with something like this. I'm pretty sure SSM would have fun with something like this as well. Now, the article starts off in a very interesting way. If there's one thing there's no shortage of in the world, it is bitter men with too much time on their hands. So she's already starting off the article in a very sign language type of manner. But whether it's an attempt to stage a coup at the Capitol or creating an SEX website, disgruntled guys will always find bizarre ways to fill their spare time. Now, the hilarious thing to me is look how she is attempting to paint this man, saying that he might as well have been over there at the Capitol when everything happened on January 6th. I mean, what the hell is she doing? So, fellas, we have got to just understand that that's what these women want to do. Now, I'm nice to you if you are nice to me, but I find it very interesting the choices that she made when she wrote this article to compare this man to. And you can see it right there for yourself. The SEX website in question is the female delusional calculator, which can be found at such and such a website. The site asks females to input their dating preferences, age, race, income, height, marital status, and it then computes how lucky you are to meet a man in the US who falls into that criteria. So that's all the man is attempting to do, but look earlier at what she's comparing him to. Additionally, it gives you a delusional score, which also serves as a cat lady meter. Depending on how delusional you are, you will get the options such as easy to please, which we like, down to earth, which we like, inspiring cat lady, which is just saying, hey, you got to kind of slow down and really think about what you're trying to say. Cat enthusiast, which is like, hey, you might end up like this if you don't really change or you don't really start to really think about this process and how you could go about finding a man realistically. Or you don't belong on this planet, which means you're 5 out of 5 delusional radar. According to the About Us page, the website was started by a man in North America who couldn't help noticing that women often have unrealistic expectations about the man that they are looking for. Just what I mentioned earlier at the top of the video. That's all the man was doing here. Below average women expect their high quality man to stick around. They don't realize that these guys are in high demand. Shout out to the fellas. See, once I get a soundboard, bro, I'm gonna be lit over here with a soundboard. We're gonna have to do this the old fashioned way. Shout out to you men. And the reason why I'm saying shout out to you guys is because you guys go out there, you bust your butts 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week. Shout out to all my truck drivers. Shout out to blue collar as well as white collar gentlemen who are out here putting in the work to make sure that they are in high demand. And I must say, I appreciate you guys for putting in that hard work because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Because we know if we had no work, we had no resources, these girls would even be looking for us. But the website does not do that. Rather, it promotes a dangerously sexist outlook on women that puts the blame on them for a relationship not working. I mean, oh my freaking God. Like, what is she talking about here? Now, it's a dangerous sexist outlook on women. It is a realistic outlook on women. It shows that most women are looking for things that they'll never obtain because most guys who are high value are in high demand. Not only do they have options, but they are not going to tolerate certain types of women. And that just happens to be most of the modern women. So that's all he's doing here. But look how she chooses to use her words. And gentlemen, I must say this. This is the reason why I kind of like reading stories a lot because reaction videos are great. I'll continue to do reaction videos, no doubt about that. But see, sometimes when you start reading these articles, that's how they're starting to penetrate the minds of certain women. They go out here and they write these type of articles to make women believe that it's men's fault for women having these unrealistic expectations. The site is also flawed in its data collection. In the stats section, the creator says they use data from a 2020 annual social and economic supplement of the current population survey and the 1718 National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey conducted by the National Center for Health Statistics. This means that the data includes all self identifying men not married. What the fuck is she trying? See, you got to be careful when they start doing shit like this. This means that the data includes all self identifying men. That's a very interesting choice of words that I'm going to leave alone. Married or not in the US to determine if the one that they are looking for is widely available. But this is unrealistic because you're likely trying to date within a smaller pool of people for a specific part of the country. Even when you set your dating preferences to single men over the age of 18, making more than 15,000, you're still going to end up with 2 out of 5. We'll give this website a 5 out of 5 delusional score for thinking this is needed or accurate. You don't belong on this planet. So, as you can see, she's obviously very butthurt about this. I have no idea why. And the 2 out of 5 is not even bad. It's basically saying you're down to earth, but yet she's not even happy with that answer. So, she felt the need to do this article to talk about whether she thinks that this delusional calculator is even needed or just to try to poke fun at it. But gentlemen, I try to tell you guys this long time ago. This is not the only article out there like this. There are so many other articles of women going haywire over this female delusional calculator. And the one thing that I as a man do not understand is that I really do believe that this delusional calculator does help women see that they are asking for way too much out here and they're going to end up single. But see, some of these women, they don't want to accept that reality. They want to be able to make reality whatever it is that they want. And then we, as men who determine relationships, who determine commitment, well, we know the ladies control access to the juicy, but we control what we control. We don't get all mad and upset about it. We are just like, hey, you want to go be delusional, go on your own way, find your own path. If you find a man out there that's willing to meet your criteria, good luck. But when he pumps and dumps you, don't come back over here crying. But yet, all of a sudden, these women get so mad and so butthurt. But, gentlemen, I just wanted you guys to see the foolishness that we are up against. And I really think it's important for me to be able to present this here to the community. So I'm not going to hold you guys here long on this Tuesday morning, but I wanted you guys to see that anything that we try out here as men, they will bash it. They will sign language it. They will not be happy with it because they only want the outcomes that they want, no matter how delusional they are in their thinking. Until next time, gentlemen, it looks like a lot of these modern women will not be walking down the aisle anytime soon.